everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are looking at a match between Hailey Baptiste and Jessica Pegula. I don't know if anyone has saw the match between Pegula and Sabalenka today, but it was very intense. It's a really good three-set match. The final set went to a tiebreak and Pegula managed to pull through, and she won 7-2 in the tiebreak. It was a really great match. Um, Sabalenka and Pegula have played many times, and I feel like a lot of the time when they play, when it really comes down to, um, it's usually later in the tournament, and I feel like it's nice to see Pegula pull through one of these matches, considering how um, I feel like how much she's lost against Sabalenka. Um, I think this is a very big win for her, and although she's playing Coco in the final, obviously I'm happy with whoever wins because they're both American, but it would be really nice to see Pegula. It would be really nice to see Pegula, take a final. I feel like this season so far has been pretty good for her. She usually does really well in tournaments, making semis, quarters, making the finals, and most of the tournaments she enters. So it'd be really nice to see her manage to pull through one and take the dub. Um, yeah, so I'm really looking forward to the match between her and Coco tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be a great match. I hope it's three sets. Um, that would just for entertainment purposes. Yeah, but I'm sure it'll be a great match, and it's good to see how well the Americans have been doing this season. Um, American took Australian, took the French, and Anisimova, an American, went to both the Wimbledon and U.S. Open finals. So it's great to see, American women finally stepping up since, I feel like Serena retired. I feel like Americans have been struggling, and there's been a lot of, Europeans at the top. So it's nice to see the Americans, starting to do well. I feel like it's quite obvious with Baptiste that I feel like she plays a lot like Tiafo, and I feel like that's kind of obvious considering that she trains, or I think her coach is Tiafoe's brother, and if you compare their games, you can see that their games are very similar. I think she based hers off of Tiafoe's, so she's very good with her hands. Um, I think that's the biggest part of her game. Her ability to, make precise shots. Um, I I don't know if that is what's best for the women's right now, at least. Maybe back when Barty was playing, because Barty was also very good with her hands. Um, I feel like it's a lot more, for the women's, it's a lot more baseline compared to what it was a couple years ago. I would love to see um, a more, I don't know exactly how to explain it, but it would be nice to see some change in Baptiste's game that I feel like would suit the dynamic of the game right now. I think she's a great player, but I feel like because of the way she plays, it makes it a little more difficult for her to, you know, um, perform the best she can. And I think my last video was about Jess Pegula as well. And I said in the last video that I think one of um, her biggest assets is her brain and how she thinks and processes things on the court. Um, and not that that's the match we're watching, but I think that she did that really well against Sabalenka today. And I think that's something that will come in handy um, during her match tomorrow against Coco. I feel like that was a great play there. I like how she got Baptiste off the court and uh, took the opportunity to go in for the volley. I think that was a great point there. Oh, now I lost my train of thought. Struggling with the serve a bit. I think that was the right idea from Baptiste on that return. You could see that she went for deep in the middle, which is what you should do. It looks like she just maybe put a little too much on the ball there. Um, I think Baptiste, another really good part of her game, I think, is her serve. I think for the most part, she serves really well. Um, and obviously, in tennis, that's one of the most important things, having a good serve. It doesn't matter how good you are, how good of a returner you are, how good of a net player, baseline player you are. Hit, if you cannot hold, you cannot win. So having a good serve is very important. Not necessarily doesn't necessarily have to be the most powerful or most accurate, but I think consistency on the serve is one of the most important, because if you're able to get the serve in, then you can make up for that during the rallies. When I'm struggling during a match with my serve, that's something that I definitely think about. Um, just getting the serve in, and then if you're very confident in your baseline game and your ability to make decisions during the rally, then you can kind of make up for the lack of power or accuracy on the serve through the rallies. I think Pugula could have stepped in on a few of those balls. Um, Maybe been take them a bit early, take some time away, because you could see that on the last rally that a lot of them landed in like this landed at the service line. So I think maybe instead of waiting for the ball uh, to come to her, she could have stepped, maybe taken one more step forward into the shot, or through the ball. Yes, like that. It's a great serve from Baptiste there. I like that from Baptiste. It's unexpected. It's something you don't normally see. I think that was I think that was a smart play. I think she if she had committed a bit more and moved a bit quicker, um, she would have been able to make the volley. It's a nice deep return from Pegula there. I like the incorporation of the slice from Baptiste there. Switch up the pace a bit. Give Pegula something different. Another great serve there. We're going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Um, Please comment and let me know who you think is going to win against between Pegula and Coco tomorrow. And also leave a comment on other matches you would like me to look at. Please like and subscribe and hit that post notification bell so you know the next time I post. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.